What is up, everybody? Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about a ketogenic diet. Now, ketogenic diet, low carb diet, is where you're getting the bulk of your calories from low carbohydrate foods. And the main reason people do this is because they're told carbohydrates is what is making you fat, is what is making you obese. So the way to get lean and skinny is to cut carbohydrates out of the diet. I was having a conversation with someone about this recently, and they were like, "No, it's the carbs. You gotta ditch the carbs if you want to lose weight." And I was like, "Well, if you ditch the carbs, what are you gonna be eating?" And they said, more like protein, and protein from what sources? And they were like, more like beef and chicken and eggs. And they were like, yes, and well, you can eat your green vegetables and your non-starchy vegetables. And I was saying, well, if you're eating an excess amounts of meat, what's gonna happen? Is that good for your health? Heart disease is the number one killer, and heart disease comes from saturated fats, which are animal fats. And then they were like, well, I don't think it'd be good for your health, but it's not something you would do long term. And then I asked them, is short term success what you're looking? And they were like, well, no, but it's not something you would do long term. You just do it short term to get you the ball going, and then you eat healthy. And then I was like, then why don't you just eat healthy anyway, and then and then eventually you will get the results that you want. And if that's not healthy, why would you want to do it anyway? If that's not a healthy or sustainable thing, why would you even want to engage in it? It's like taking drugs or something just to lose weight, but you're only doing it short term, and then you'll start eating healthy. It's like, why don't you just eat healthy anyway, and then just persist that way? And then I said, really, if you think about it, throughout history, because I'm in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Here in Belfast, Northern Ireland, obesity wasn't really a thing whenever people were living on traditional foods. And what do I mean by traditional foods? Traditional foods here in Northern Ireland, can you guess what that is? Can you guess what the traditional foods are here? That's right, potatoes. Potatoes. So there was a time when the bulk of people's calories came from potatoes. Potatoes and other vegetables that could be grown on the ground, and little to no meat. Because what people keep failing to realize is that even though we've been consuming animal products throughout history, the bulk of our calories did not come from meat. And no matter where you look throughout history, the bulk of the calories for large civilizations have not came from meat. They simply would not have had the means to feed a large group of people hordes and hordes of meat. It doesn't make sense in terms of efficiency, in terms of being able to gather calories. Better to produce a lot of potatoes and feed people with mainly on potatoes than trying to get all your calories for everyone in society on meat. Okay, so I was trying to bring this point up, and that obesity wasn't a thing back in the day. It wasn't as prevalent now, and we understand that now with the rise in the plant-based movement. We understand that the main reason why people are lean whenever they're eating a diet consisting predominantly of whole plant foods like potatoes in Ireland, rice in Asia, barley and wheat in the Middle East, is one of the things that was talked about in the documentary The Game Changers for the Gladiators. The main reason is because it's high in carb, low in fat. It makes you full because of the fiber, and it is something that is readily available and something that is essential for the body, because we need glucose. We need glucose to move and to have energy for the trillions of cells in our body. We need it, so it's a requirement. Okay, so if you take a human stomach and you put 500 calories of oil, 500 calories of meat and dairy products, and 500 calories of starches and vegetables and fruits, etc., the one of starches and vegetables and fruits is going to fill the stomach up way more than the one of oil and the one of meat and dairy. And this is a secret to why people were so lean back in the day, eating rice and vegetables, little to no meat, no dairy, no fried foods. Nowadays, it's completely the reverse. More people are on foods that contain lots of oil, foods that contain a lot of meat and dairy products, and they're trying to blame carbohydrates. And when people go on this ketogenic diet, a lot of the times they end up binging on junk refined carbohydrates and saying, oh man, it's just my emotional willpower, I can't do this. No, you were just depriving yourself of calories. So if you want to truly lose weight, we will do what John McDougall says and go back to our traditional way of eating. High carb, low fat, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Eliminate the oil. Go back far enough to the point where oil did not exist. Oil did not exist, okay? And try to eat as whole natural foods as possible. Eliminate animal products. You know, this is a vegan channel, so I'm always going to be promoting eliminating animal products. But if someone's like, I don't want to do that, then reduce your animal products consumption as much as you can. Okay? And we have to remember that if we were designed to eat a ketogenic diet, a diet of predominantly meat, then wouldn't we have the natural capabilities to be able to hunt that meat and kill that meat ourselves? Wouldn't we have the claws, you know? Wouldn't we have the teeth? Wouldn't we have the short intestines like most carnivores do? Wouldn't we have a emotional response? And whenever we see animals that are slaughtered, we would get excited. We would get hungry and starving. Wouldn't we have the sort of response where if we're really, really, really hungry around our pets, we'd be like, oh damn, I can make a meal out of that. But we don't. We have a negative emotional response whenever we see animal slaughter, animal cruelty. Whenever we see animals being killed in front of us, we have a negative emotional response. And a lot of the times, if we don't, it's because we've been conditioned out of it. So with that being said, keep eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. And I wish you tremendous, tremendous success on this lifestyle, plant-based weight loss lifestyle. It is truly the best because it is taking you back to the roots of eating foods predominantly that come from the ground. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So if you like this video, please consider liking it, sharing it, leaving a comment. And if you want to support this channel, get a copy of my ebook, Plant-Based to the Face, where I have 40 recipes, plant-based recipes that are free of oil. They're also free of nuts for anyone who's allergic. And they have helped me stay lean on this lifestyle, healthy for 6 years. 6 years. And I love, love, love these recipes. So without further ado, I'm out.